Saving money and remodeling, they don't usually go together, but Linda Gemal from Rejuvenate Your Home, she knows how to do it. We're in her kitchen and we've already talked about the foundations and what you really need to do and who to contact before you get started on a kitchen remodel especially. But now we're into the things that you're making the decisions on, and one thing I love about you, Linda, is that you're not going to throw away these perfectly good countertops.
Now, when we moved into this house, they were already here, and they're granite tile, they're really sturdy, but we didn't have enough when we had moved the stove away from here. We didn't have enough to fill the whole space out. So instead of trying to match the black, which is really hard, we found this granite that's totally different, but it still matches the black, and then we tie it in the rest of the kitchen.
So you're moving it over here. So the new granite will be over here as well.
That's right.
Really pretty. And then, this is my favorite part.
That's the jewelry.
It is the jewelry of the kitchen.
Yes.
So this will go right here. And where did you find this? I mean, these are
This is actually from Home Depot. You know, nowadays there are a lot of fun backsplashes that you can get everywhere, and you can get them fairly inexpensive in your local home department store or Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. And you can go to Ann Sachs and usually pay a little bit more, but there's a lot of fun things that you can do, and it's pretty much the jewelry. And you can splurge a little bit more on a backsplash behind the sink or behind the stove, because it's such a small area, but it can make a huge impact.
Same with the drawer pulls, can make a big impact, and they don't have to be expensive.
No, no. Same thing there. You can buy them from fairly inexpensive to very expensive, and they can make a huge impact in the kitchen. And that's even just changing that makes a difference in the kitchen.
It sure does. Okay, speaking of cabinets, let's go take a look and see what you're doing there.
All right.
Okay, so here we are with the brand new cabinets, and look at what a difference that makes just putting the hardware on there.
Oh, it does.
It really does dress them up. And imagine if that was a drawer. It really does.
And then I have the hinges. You know, if you have the old cabinets, the old brass hinges, you can just replace these with the stainless ones to tie in with the pulls.
And it ties it all together, which you have done very nicely, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Now, this is going to be a tile countertop, but you prepared it yourselves. You and your husband did this yourself?
Yeah, it's just some plywood and backer board. So we prepare this, but then we have the contractor cut and bevel the granite. It's a little bit tougher to do. And then you can lay it yourself if you want to.
And the cabinets you found on your own?
Yeah, there's several cabinet outlets in the area where you can find all kinds of different styles and sizes. So when I got there, I found this piece here was wider than this piece. It matched the door style, but the size was different. So I found this piece and this piece. And once you pull it all together and paint it one color, then it looks custom.
It really looks custom. It looks like it was supposed to be that way to begin with. And you continue that around the refrigerator.
Right. So you can just buy a big piece of plywood, put it on both sides of the refrigerator and around a cabinet on top, and it all looks built in once you paint it all the same color. And it's the same thing. I kept all the lower cabinets. Those are the old ones. But once we paint the old cabinets and the new cabinets, even though they can be different door styles, they're all going to tie together and you're not going to notice that they're different.
It is kind of all about the paint.
It is about the paint, yeah.
You have this beautiful happy color here on the walls.
It is happy.
And then you're going to have gray on the bottom, white on the top, and then of course the tile, and it all just ties in together.
Yeah, and with the stainless steel, it all ties together, and the green kind of makes that final poppy color to stand out a little bit.
So if you only had the money or the energy to do one thing, what would you do?
Paint. Paint, paint, paint. It's only paint. It's fairly easy to change. So same thing, you know, paint the cabinets, and we have two different colors. We have the dark on the bottom, light on the top. So don't be afraid to change. Just paint.
All right. So if you are looking for a remodel, don't be afraid to do a few of the things yourself. Get out there, do some shopping, throw some paint on the wall, and you'll be amazed at how much money you will save.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Linda.
You're welcome.